Here we go. Webinar is being recorded. Perfect. So with that being said, thank you everyone for joining us today for the Coyote Grad Prep webinar, specifically for this next graduating class. We want to welcome you all and just want to make sure to get through as much information that is very beneficial to you as you go on the next few months to commencement. So we want to make sure we cover as much stuff in this webinar as much as possible. Just to give you a quick introduction, my name is Aaron Brown. I am the Alumni Outreach and Communication Specialist for the Office of Alumni Relations. And most of all, I want to say congratulations to you all. All of you are in a great time. This is going to be a huge accomplishment for you all that are going to be crossing that stage at commencement. Whether if you're finishing this semester or after the summer. So congratulations. It's a huge moment for not only you, your family members, your friends, your neighbors. This is something special for all of them. And I'm sure all of them wish you nothing but the best for the next couple of months. So, but with that being said, make sure to soak it all in. All these last couple of months at CSUSB as an undergraduate or a graduate, a grad student, please make sure to soak it all in. We want to make sure you have the best experience possible. Now, what I wanted to go through is what the purpose of this webinar is. It's pretty much to get as many questions answered that you probably have at the moment, whether that's regarding grad checks, whether that's regarding tickets for commencement, scheduling for commencement. We want to make sure we can cover as much of that during this webinar as possible. And that's why we bring in the commencement office and the office of the registrar to do that. So I'll go ahead and continue with the PowerPoint. With that, everyone knows Grad Days is coming up. It is going to be coming up on March 14th and the 15th. That's going to be here at the San Bernardino campus, as well as on March 16th at Palm Desert campus. Now for the San Bernardino campus, it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And at the Palm Desert campus, it's going to be from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And let me go ahead and make sure, if you have yet to register, please make sure to register using the link I just submitted into the chat. All right, so make sure, again, March 14th and the 16th, or March 14th through the 16th. And what's all in Grad Days, it's an opportunity for you to get in front of different resources on campus, in front of graduate programs. A lot of students come to purchase their regalia. They don't have to worry about shipping. They don't have to worry about what it looks like. If they purchased online, they can come into Grad Days and purchase it in person and see what it is right in front of their eyes. You can also, you are also able to take your own headshot with one of our champion sponsors, Grad Images. They'll be coming in and taking headshots, so you don't have to worry about trying to reserve a studio or a photographer. And then we'll have a couple different engagement opportunities. And here's a few different images of what Grad Days looks like. This is an event that is open to you, significant others, your family, your friends. Just please make sure to register for Grad Days. We will have a registration table at the event, but obviously we want to make sure you're registered to get you in as quickly as possible. Make sure to purchase a grad pack. This is our biannual grad pack that we put on sale for you graduating Coyotes for each Grad Day. So what it includes is a reusable tote bag. It has spirit cords, which will also get you recognized during commencement, and a very heavy duty, sturdy license plate frame that is alumni based. So I'm going to make sure to throw that link in the chat as well. And it's a great cause. It goes towards student scholarships. So please make sure to purchase your grad packs and use that link in the chat. So with that being said, I want to make sure to give a couple reminders. This is being recorded. So what I will do is we are recording this currently. We will put it up in the next 24 hours, and we'll make sure to send you an email via the senior newsletter to make sure that you guys are aware that it is posted, and you can go back at any time. If you miss some questions, if you miss some information, you can go back and view that recording. As well as please make sure to use the Q&A option that is located somewhere on your screen. We will be going through all the questions at the end of the webinar. So please make sure, if you're asking the questions, just know that it's going to come towards the end of the program once our presenters have completed their presentation. So with that, we will continue with our webinar, and I want to make sure to welcome Carolyn and Amy from the Office of the Registrar that is going to help you all and answer any questions you guys may have regarding the necessary information. So Carolyn and Amy, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. Okay, I'm going to start my share for my presentation. Disabled share, screen share. I'll try again. It's still disabled, Aaron. Screen share.
Try one more time.
Okay. Awesome. Third time's a charm. Here we go. Let me get this in. And okay. All righty. So it's so good to be with you here today. Thank you for having us. We're going to have a Q&A time, but we just want to go over some general information first. As Aaron mentioned, my name is Amy Braceros, and I'm currently serving as your university registrar. So what is the grad check and who needs it? Well, essentially everyone who wants to graduate has to have a grad check on file with the Office of the Registrar. The grad check indicates your prospective term for which you plan to complete your degree requirements. So that is our flag to the Office of the Registrar and to commencement also that your graduation time is coming up. So this looks a little bit different if whether you're a graduate student or an undergraduate. And sorry, I've got to move. I have a block of stuff right in the middle of my presentation. So let me just go ahead and oops, sorry, let me go back. Okay, so graduate students, we have to have an advancement to candidacy on file before you can self-file a grad check. If you are a student who is finishing up your degree requirements, and those are quarter requirements, this is done via a program plan. And the program plan provides a roadmap of the required courses for your degree. For students on the semester plan, you're following the online degree audit or pause, and your program coordinator will initiate your advancement to candidacy through your pause. So you will not be able to see the link in your student center under other academics that is that link for apply for graduation. It will not be available until you've been advanced. So if you have any issues, you're not seeing it, please consult with your graduate program coordinator first, and then they can get your status update, and then that link will display to you approximately 24 hours after that. For undergraduate students, we initiate a grad check for you. It's called a University Initiated Grad Check, or UIGC. And we initiate that approximately 1 year from completion of your degree requirements. So right now, we just made it past census of spring. We have this group of students who are going to be participating in commencement shortly. So our focus right now for the UIGC is spring of 24. So we're a whole year out. A professional advisor can also initiate a grad check or a UIGC on an undergraduate's behalf. I have included a link there, the csusb.edu/advising. If you do not have a grad check on file yet and you're an undergraduate and you plan that you are finishing spring term or summer term, you need to get in touch with an advisor as quickly as possible. And that link will take you to several different options in order to schedule an appointment or discuss it with someone. There is a one-time grad check fee of $75. That covers your commencement registration and the processing of your grad check and your diploma. But as I mentioned earlier, you must have a grad check on file with the OTR to participate in commencement and then namely to be graduated. So a couple things about the fee. If you do not make the term that you are initially filed for, we will move it to the next term or the appropriate term without charge. The only time we would assess an additional charge is if something is added. Say you decide to add a minor or there's a second major added, then there would be a fee associated with that. But if nothing changes except the term, then there's no additional fee. We have transfer and graduation counselors available in the office of the registrar 5 days a week from 8 to 5. You can reach one of them. The numbers displayed there. It's the 537-5200 option 4. Or if, again, you're a graduate student and you have questions about getting your advancement taken care of or moving an existing grad check, go ahead and talk to your coordinators. But you cannot file refile a grad check without authorizations. That's why undergraduates need to reach out either to the transfer graduation counselors or to an advisor. And grad checks, just a little bit of information regarding the processing. They are processed in order received, so chronologically, and it typically takes 8 to 12 weeks, maybe shorter, maybe a little bit longer. But once a grad check has been completed, we will notify you with an email. If you have received an email, then you have the ability to go in and view your graduation requirement summary and all related documents in your student center. If you are a graduate student following quarter requirements, your grad check will be mailed to you. So you'd actually receive a physical copy, right? Okay, I'm going to toss it over to Carolyn Smith now to discuss university honors.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's our honor and pleasure to be here with you and going over all of our information that the Office of the Registrar provides. So I'm here today to talk to you about university honors. To be considered for university honors at graduation, an undergraduate student must have completed a minimum of 30 semester units of work at CSUSB in courses for which letter grades are received. So that would be A, B, C, or a D. University honors are only awarded to undergraduate students only. University honors for commencement is based on the student's units and GPA through the end of the semester prior of the last term attended. So for the semester, for the current graduation ceremony of spring of 23, we're going to base the university honors on fall 22 semester. So it's always going to be the semester prior to the actual ceremony taking place. Please note that a student's final academic standing is determined after all coursework has been completed. As such, it is possible to attend a commencement ceremony as a recipient of the university honors, but not at the time of a degree conferral. So basically, what does that mean? So what we're referring to is that maybe something changed from your fall 22 semester to your spring 23 semester. Maybe you got a grade that wasn't quite where you're normally at, and that could have lowered your GPA at the time that we will confer your degree and issue your diploma and issue your transcript. So there is always that possibility you'll have it at the time of a ceremony, but you may not have it at the time that we actually confer the degrees. The university does not round up or bump up GPA. GPAs are calculated systematically using all grades and will not be adjusted. The breakdown of the honors is based on an overall and the CSUSB GPA. For the minimum cum laude, it would require a 3.5 or above in, again, all your work at CSUSB and all work that all work that was accumulative, and then all work attempted at the university. So I just kind of wanted to be a little bit clear, and I'm sure our director, Amy, the registrar, will agree with me that we just need to remember that it's both GPAs. It's not one or the other, that both GPAs need to meet the minimum requirement of the 3.5. I'll oftentimes get calls or questions about university honors and them thinking that they have received it because one of the GPAs meets it. Unfortunately, both need to meet it. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up right off the bat. The next honors designation is magna cum laude, and that is a gold color cord, and that's an overall cumulative GPA of a 3.75 or above, and a GPA of 3.75 and above in all work attempted at the university. Again, it's cumulative and CSUSB, both areas. And then the last honors designation is summa cum laude. That is the highest honor, and that is a combination of a maroon and a gold cord. And again, it's the same process where it's the cumulative and the CSU GPA of a 3.9 and above in both areas of your coursework. The Office of the Registrar is in the process of sending out an email to all students Actually, it will be going out this week to all students who are eligible for university honors. And this email and or push notification is extremely important that you keep that handy when you go to Grad Days to pick up your cord. It's at Grad Days where they'll first be available for pickup. So there's going to be a few ways we'll be able to determine your honors. We'll have a list, we'll have a push notification, and we'll also have an email notification. So we'll have three venues of which you will be notified, and the commencement and special events office will need to see something or of that nature when you go to pick up the cord. The commencement office will distribute the honors cords at no cost. It is complimentary to the student for all your hard work. And so if you have any additional questions regarding how and when you may obtain your honor cord, you can direct those at the commencement office. They will, like I said, be passing them out at Grad Days. And then after Grad Days, the commencement office will have availability if you weren't able to attend Grad Days to pick them up directly from their office in their location. And when I'm done speaking, I'll be passing it off to the commencement office, and I'm sure they will answer more of those questions for you. Departmental honors are not included in the university honors, and departments will notify the Office of the Registrar of all students eligible after grades are posted, and a notation will be included on your transcript. Diplomas. Diplomas are ordered approximately 4 weeks prior to the end of the diplomas approximately 4 weeks prior to the end of the term. The Office of the Registrar will send an email to all students that have a grad check on file for the current term, indicating that their name will be displayed and their address is correct to which to be mailed. Additionally, students should receive this information after receiving this notification after their grad check has also been completed. So
sorry, Carolyn, I was going to say, I believe Donald is going to talk about one-stop graduation, where we are going to be able to have students go in and easily edit your diploma name or diploma address.
Perfect. So for the diploma addresses, like Amy just mentioned, our commencement office will go over that in more detail. But you are able to, do any editing via the one-stop shop that Donald will go over for your address and your diploma name. It's just real important that we get those as correct as possible, so we don't have any issues down the road. For name changes, you can use an existing diploma name at the one-stop tile that Donald will go over, and you will enter the name as you want it to appear on your diploma. Typically, grades become official 2 weeks after the last day of finals. So it's at that point that we begin the process of reviewing and conferring degrees. After degrees have been conferred, the information is sent directly to our third-party vendor for the creation and the mailing of your diploma. All students will receive an email to your My Coyote email address from the vendor that their diploma has been mailed. And it is at this point the students may request an e-diploma. Information such as cost, availability, and the issuances of duplicate diplomas can be found at our website located on the Office of the Registrar. We have an evaluations tab, and under that tab, you will see a diploma replacement and email online. And so we can maybe share that with you all in the chat as well, but there's that option for ordering duplicate diplomas. I just wanted to add on the side that the e-diploma is very popular and it comes in very handy. I believe it's $5 for a lifetime, and you can go on at any point in time and download a PDF that you can attach to a resume once you're job hunting or for any reasons that you may want it. So it's become a very handy and a very helpful addition that our vendor has created for us and for all of you. Lastly, for any contacts, Office of the Registrar, Graduation Unit, that's me. I'm a one-man show, so feel free to reach out to me via phone, or the easiest way to reach me is also at graduationinfo@csusb.edu. If you have any questions about your name, about your address, about honors, about your grad check, anything that I can possibly help you with, we are here to help you. And as Aaron said from Alumni Affairs, that we, the registrar and I want to make this exciting time for you as smooth and seamless as possible. And we just wish all the best for all of you graduating seniors. And we're here to help you with anything you may need. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much. Let me make a few edits here. Perfect. Okay, so I know there's a few questions that are coming up. Again, all of the questions we will be going through at the end of the recording. As you may notice, it is being recorded. This recording will be shared with you via the senior newsletter. So please make sure to keep an eye out on your student emails, as we'll be making sure to share this. Again, the questions are coming in. We are going to be answering those towards the end of the program. We want to make sure to give the Office of the Registrar and the commencement coming up their time to make sure we can answer any questions ahead of time. But first, I want to make sure to share a video from one of our champion sponsors. Let me just make sure the same. Hopefully this is going to be able to work. I know there's usually, give me 1 second. I think share screen. Okay, I believe this should work. So here it is. And if for some reason the audio doesn't work, we'll be making sure to send you all this video. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. So that was just a message from one of our champion sponsors, Dell Technologies. So we'll make sure to share that video with you all, again, via the senior newsletter, as we want to make sure to connect with our great partners from Grad Days. So our next portion is going to be our next presenter. I would like to welcome Donald from the Office of Special Events, which is going to be also the commencement office. Donald, take it away.
All right, hello everyone. So before I get started, I do want to thank the alumni office for hosting this to make sure that all of our grads have all the information that they'll need for this upcoming ceremony. We're definitely excited to also partner with the Office of the Registrar. Our teams work together to make sure that we can give you all the information that you need. So I'll go ahead and get started. Our 2023 spring commencement ceremony is scheduled for Friday, May 19th and Saturday, May 20th, and it will be at Coyote Arena in Ontario. Just to clarify, there's going to be one commencement for both of our campuses. So our San Bernardino campus and our Palm Desert campus will be part of the ceremony at Coyote Arena on May 19th and May 20th. I'll go over the schedule more in detail. So here is what our schedule is going to look like. So if you are in the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, your ceremony is scheduled for May 19th. We are breaking the ceremony at the college in two. So for the first ceremony, it'll be May 19th at 2 p.m. College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, and those majors include child development, economics, ethnic studies, political science, and psychology. So if that is your major, that means that you will be participating at the 2 p.m. ceremony Friday, May 19th. In addition to that, I want all graduates to know that doors to the venue open an hour before the ceremony start time. So for the first ceremony, you'll notice that doors will open at 1 p.m. Student processional will begin at 1:45 p.m. So please, students, make sure that you arrive an hour early to make sure that you're able to check in and be ready for the processional so all your family can see you as you come out to the main floor. The second ceremony for Friday, May 19th, it's at 7 p.m. Doors will open at 6 p.m. with student processional at 6:45 p.m. Again, that will be for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. And those majors include anthropology, criminal justice, geography and environmental studies, history, social sciences, social work, and sociology. Now, moving on to Saturday. So for Saturday, May 20th, our first ceremony will be at 9 a.m. Again, doors will always open an hour before the ceremony start time, and students will begin processing 15 minutes before the ceremony start time. So the first ceremony on Saturday, May 20th will include the College of Arts and Letters and the College of Education. So if your major is within those college, this is going to be your ceremony. The second ceremony for Saturday, May 20th will be at 2 p.m. Doors will open an hour before with the procession starting 15 minutes before. And that is going to include the Jack H. Brown College of Business and Public Administration. So if or your majors are within that college, that is going to be your ceremony. And then the last one for Saturday, May 20th will be at 7 p.m. Doors will open an hour before, which is 6 p.m. with processional 15 minutes before the ceremony start time. And that is going to be for all of our majors under the College of Natural Sciences. And so just one thing that we want to make sure is that all graduates and families arrive at least an hour before their ceremony start time. Graduates and families enter through different doors. So we want to make sure that everyone has time to kind of get situated once they arrive to the arena. The next thing we want to cover is how to register for commencement. So graduates with an approved graduation check on file will be able to register for commencement. As our partners over at the Office of the Registrar mentioned earlier, registration for the spring 2023 commencement will open Wednesday, March 1st at 12 p.m. So that is tomorrow at 12 p.m. You will be eligible, you will be able to register for your commencement ceremony. If you try to register before then, it's going to tell you that commencement registration is closed. Do not worry. The registration hasn't opened yet. That is why you're seeing that information. You can register online through our new, you can log into My Coyote and you will select Graduation One Stop, which is something that we just launched this week. And the goal is to just have a one-stop shop for you to take care of all your graduation needs. So please make sure that you select Graduation One Stop, and I'll go over more detail in the next slide. And please make sure that you complete all the steps in the commencement registration in the marching order graduate form. Deadline to register and update your diploma name for the commencement ceremony is Monday, April 24 at 5 p.m. So registration closes Monday, April 24 at 5 p.m. Now the question might be, I don't want to walk, or maybe you're not planning to walk in your ceremony. If that's the case, there is no need to register. If you do change your mind and you decide that you do want to walk in the ceremony, please make sure that you register by the deadline. So I did want to cover a little bit more of our new Graduation One Stop. This is what the website looks like once you select that tab. And it's going to give you some information. It's going to give you a countdown for your commencement ceremony. It's going to give you your information, so your current diploma name. It's going to give you your current diploma address and then your degree. I do want to mention that minors will not show up in this area here. Only your bachelor's, your master's, or your doctorate degrees will show up in my degree area. So no minors will be included here. Number one step that you only want to make sure that you do is you want to make sure that you verify your diploma name and address prior to registering for commencement. The name that is sent over to marching order will be your diploma name. If you do not have a diploma name updated, then it will follow with your primary name that you have registered with the university. Step 2 is you're going to want to register for commencement. So you will open that tab and follow the instructions to register for commencement. You want to make sure that you complete the form on My Coyote and that you also complete the marching order form that is used to announce your name at the ceremony. Please note that only first and last names will be announced at the ceremony, and that is different than your diploma name. So your diploma name may include your first, middle name, and last names, but for marching order and at the commencement ceremony, only first and last names will be announced. That is two different things. I want to make sure that you are all aware of that, as we do get calls because they'll see the difference in names from marching order and diploma name, but those are two separate things. Then you want to go over to step 3 to purchase your commencement regalia, your cap and gown that is required for all graduates to participate in the ceremony. And we'll go over a few options on how you can get your commencement regalia. Step 4, you will participate in the ceremony. And then we have a few steps after that you can follow to join some of our different programs that we have available for alumni. Some questions that we usually get is, are there different ceremonies for undergrad and graduates? The answer is no. The ceremonies are only separated by academic colleges. So if you are a master's student in the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, you just want to make sure that you you'll select the time that is with your major, and the system automatically does that, so you'll know exactly what ceremony you fall into. How do I know if I'm eligible to participate in commencement? So all eligible students must have a valid graduation check on file through the Office of the Registrar and have paid all associated fees. In addition, you may also access the graduation one-stop tile that is now live, and that is going to let you know that you are eligible to graduate. How do I make sure my name is pronounced correctly? So once you complete your commencement registration on My Coyote, you will then be sent to the marching order website. This is where you will make sure that your name is written down correctly. And you also have the option to record your name or call a number and say your name a few times to make sure that the professional readers that are recording the names have your name pronounced correctly. So we do have a few extra options that you have to make sure your name is pronounced correctly. Can my family watch this online? Yes, there will be a live stream available on our commencement homepage the day of on May 19th and May 20th. And all that information will also be sent to students via email on how to access those live streams. Where can I claim my tickets? So ticket information will be released at a later date. We don't have any information as to how many tickets each ceremony will receive. And so that will be coming up in the next couple weeks. So please make sure that you continue checking your student email for any updates. Please note that we do not sell extra tickets. All students receive the same amount of tickets for their ceremony, and we do not sell any additional tickets at any point throughout the commencement registration process. And I know that our partners over at the Office of the Registrar also mentioned about university honor accords. So honor accords, we will begin distributing, our office is responsible for distributing those, and we will begin distributing those at grad days. After grad days, you may claim those at our office. We're located in Student Union East, room 219, and those students who meet honors requirements will receive an email from the commencement office with more instructions on how to claim their honor cords. In addition to departmental honors, we want to make sure that if you are receiving departmental honors, that you contact the department that you are with, because we also do get students who come to our office thinking that they met university honors, but their email is actually for departmental honors. So something to check prior to coming over to our office or giving us a call, but that's also something that is available on the graduation one-stop tile as well. Commencement regalia. So there is a few options for you to purchase your regalia for commencement. The first one being Grad Days. So Grad Days is a great event for you to get all of your commencement gear, and there's also going to be other resources there. So we definitely want to recommend everyone to attend Grad Days if you are able to, both here at the San Bernardino campus and at the Palm Desert campus. If you're not able to make those days, you can also purchase online through johnsons.com. There it will ask you to search for your school. So you would just type in Cal State San Bernardino and it will take you to our direct store through Johnston's. Please note that there is a deadline to order online for you to receive your items on time. So please make sure that as you're checking out, you double check that deadline. If it's past the deadline, we cannot guarantee that your commencement gear will arrive before commencement. And then you may also purchase regalia at the CSUSB Coyote bookstore located in the Student Union North after Grad Days. We do encourage you to purchase your regalia as early as possible, as there is limited stock and sometimes sizes do run out. So a few reminders from all of us is to please make sure to check your campus email for commencement related updates. Any information that we'll send will only be sent to your student email. So please make sure that you're checking your email constantly, as any information that is released will go to your student email. That includes ticket information. If you are not receiving the emails, please make sure to contact commencement@csusb.edu so we can look into it a bit further. If you have not received information on commencement, make sure that your grad check has been approved through the office of the registrars, and also make sure you check your junk and spam folders on your emails, because we have noticed that some students had emails from commencement sitting in those inboxes. For any questions, here are some resources where you can contact us. You can visit our website, which is csusb.edu /commencement. And then our email is commencement@csusb.edu. So please make sure to call us, but we also have other additional resources listed here for if you have any other questions. All right, thank you all.
Great. Thank you so much, Donald. Let me go ahead and put my screen up. We will get to everyone's questions in just a few moments. Give me 1 second. Awesome. So we will get to your guys' questions. I see questions coming in. So have a little patience with us. We'll get there in about 5 minutes, but just wanted to share a few other important notes. So please make sure to check your student email regarding commencement updates, information, affinity ceremonies. All of that information is going to be shared with you through your student email. So again, please make sure to stay up to date and on track with that. The next thing I want to make sure is to let everyone know that you will be able to find this recording on the Grad Days website, and it will also be sent to you via the senior newsletter email within the next 24 hours. So once we finish this webinar, I'm going to go ahead and load it up, and I'll make sure to shoot out an email as soon as I can to make sure you are all aware that it is available to view, and to get any questions that you may have missed, go back to the video and able to watch it there. Again, another notice, just to stay on top of information with the Office of the Registrar and with special events or the commencement office, please make sure to follow them. I listed their Instagrams on the screen. So for the Office of the Registrar, it's going to be at CSUSB_registrar. And for special events or the commencement office, it's going to be at CSUSB special events. So please make sure to go follow them. I'll leave it up for a few more seconds. Make sure to follow them. They'll have all the updated information you need, and their contact information is attached to their account. So please make sure, if you have any questions, to make sure to message them on that. And one final thing, please make sure to attend Grad Days. Not only is Grad Days very important for your experience, get the experience that you're about to graduate, but also the Office of the Registrar and the commencement office will be there. They will be there to answer your questions if you missed it, or if there was something that we weren't able to cover today, they will be there to make sure to answer those questions in person. So again, I'll make sure to share Grad Days information in just a few moments, but I want to make sure that you got the notice to make sure to attend Grad Days. And I want to make sure you guys follow us at CSUSB Alumni. This is our Instagram account, so please make sure to follow us. We will be sharing information regarding grad days. You are going to want to make sure to follow us once you cross that big stage at commencement, because we have so many different events that we host throughout the summer, next semester. We want to make sure to get you engaged with us as quickly as possible, being the new class of alumni, because we will be sharing great things such as our Knott's Berry Farm trip, which is going to be on April 22nd of this year. So please make sure there's a QR code in the bottom left that you can see. All the information regarding that event is going to be there. It is open to all alumni, friends of alumni, families, significant others, neighbors, so on and so forth. So please make sure to scan that QR code, or you can go to alumni.csusb.edu/knots to get some more information. To mention grad packs again, they will be sold. They are currently being sold online. If you go to the chat, you will see the link to the grad packs, and we will be selling them at grad day. So please make sure to grab a grad pack. And one last reminder, grad days is going to be from March 14th to the 16th. 14th and 15th is at the San Bernardino campus, and the 16th will be at the Palm Desert campus. For San Bernardino, it runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And for the Palm Desert campus, it is going to be ran from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So please make sure to register. The link to registration is in the chat. So what everyone is waiting for, I know you guys are waiting for us to cover your guys' questions. So please make sure to be patient with us. We're going to try to get through as many of these as possible. So I will go ahead and go off the list, and we'll go one by one and make sure to cover all your guys' information. Again, these questions are in the recording. We will share this with you all if you're unable to stay the full length of this program. So the first question, I'll pass it over to the commencement office, and that is, how long should we expect graduation to be?
Yeah, so each commencement ceremony is scheduled for 2 hours. So all ceremonies are scheduled for 2 hours. Some may end a little earlier, but typically 2 hours is what we try to do for all of our ceremonies.
Awesome. Thank you, Donald. For the office of the registrar, how would we be able to order our transcripts?
I put that link in the chat. I'm going to put it in the chat again really quick. It's the link that says Parchment in it. Parchment is our third-party vendor, and all transcripts are ordered online.
Thank you.
Real quick note on that. If you want to order a copy of your transcript with your degree posted, then you must indicate that in your order. Do not send until degree posted. Otherwise, you put in the order, you don't put that stipulation, it's going to get it sent out to you as is, and then you would need to order and pay again to have it resent with your degree posted.
Thank you, Amy. For the commencement office, how many tickets are assigned to each graduating student?
So that information is yet to be determined. We are working on getting numbers out as soon as possible. We're hoping that we can do it within a couple of weeks. Just keep checking your student email. Please note that we try to give a fair amount of tickets to all students. We do have some students that choose not to walk, and so all those will be distributed across the entire class. So that information will be coming out soon.
Thank you. And for the office of the registrar, is there a physical location where I can confirm my grad check was approved? If not, where would I be able to double check that?
Okay, so I'm a little confused with the word approved, but that's okay. That you have one on file with the office of the registrar. You would go ahead, if you have that link for graduation one stop in your My Coyote, that means you have a grad check on file. Click that, and then you will see the term that your grad check is noted for in the bottom left-hand corner. If you don't have that link, then definitely start with graduationinfo@csusb.edu, and then we'll direct you appropriately.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'll go back to your office for this one. Does the name on our diploma have to match our legal name, or can we have it under a preferred/chosen name?
It can be a preferred/chosen name, and that includes middle, First, middle, and last name. This year, we have created a diploma name and a diploma address for all students who have filed a grad check. Your diploma name is created from your primary, so that's what you would see when you go in and click on the edit. You're going to see a diploma name created from your primary, and then your diploma address is created from your permanent address. So if any edits need to occur, then again, just edit the diploma address. For your convenience, as I said, we have specific name types, diploma name, diploma address, so you can go in there and adjust as needed. Now, one thing that Donald hit on, that the diploma name and the marching order, they do not align. If you have a full middle name, your full middle name will be printed on your diploma. It is not just the initial. The example that Donald presented is actually Joe Coyote, who just has a middle initial of E, does not technically have a middle name. So full middle name unless you indicate otherwise.
Thank you. And Donald, can you go over the information regarding the ceremonies as far as the times and what times doors open? I'm getting a few questions on saying when students should arrive. So just kind of give them an update on when doors open, maybe the location, and then what time the ceremonies would start.
Yeah, definitely. So just I'll go over the schedule one more time really briefly, but I've also posted the link to our commencement website on the chat. So please, if you go to our homepage, the schedule of events in there. So the first ceremony will be Friday, May 19th at 2 p.m. That's going to be College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, and it includes child development, economics, ethnic studies, political science, and psychology. The second one is Friday, May 19th at 7 p.m. And that's going to also for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. That includes anthropology, criminal justice, geography and environmental studies, history, social work, social sciences, and sociology. Then we move on to Saturday. So Saturday, our first ceremony is at 9 a.m. And that includes the College of Arts and Letters and College of Education, followed by our next ceremony at 2 p.m. So Saturday, May 20th at 2 p.m. With the College of Business and Public Administration. And the last one for Saturday is at 7 p.m. with the College of Natural Sciences. All doors open an hour before the ceremony. So for example, for the first one at 2 p.m., doors will open at 1 p.m. Please note that there is traffic around the area as everyone is trying to enter the arena. So we recommend that you plan ahead of time and that you try to be there at least an hour before when doors open, so before the ceremony start time. And more information will be sent out to all students email as we get closer to the commencement dates.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Donald. And a few questions came up regarding grad days. One, for the photographer, if they charge. At grad days, they do not charge you. They take your photo for free. It's their service to come out to grad days and be a great partner and offer that service to you students. It's when you want to purchase the photographs after you had taken those photos, they'll send you a message or provide a link for you, and that's when you would have to pay for those photos. So purchasing the photos, yes. To take the photo, no. And there was a question regarding grad packs. Grad packs are not sold through Jostens. They're sold through the Office of the Alumni Relations, and you can purchase them through the Grad Days website. There's a link to the grad packs itself in the chat, and you can also purchase them at Grad Days. So we have a good amount of supply, but I would recommend either purchasing them online or the first day of Grad Days. That would be a huge help for us, just to keep track of inventory. For the commencement office, there's a few questions regarding regalia. And one, if I need to have regalia to participate. Two, if I already have my regalia, is there any difference? And then three, is there any dress code as far as for dresses for the young women?
Yes, so let me start with the first one. Is regalia required to participate in commencement? And the answer is yes. You must have your regalia before you arrive to the arena. There is going to be a separate entry for all graduates, and they're going to be checking to make sure everyone has their regalia. If you already have regalia from, for example, maybe your high school or your community college, all we ask for is that the regalia has to be black. So it has to be a black cap and gown. That is required for all graduates. Now, if you are receiving a master's or a doctorate, so a graduate degree, you are also required to have your hood that goes with your specific program. And you may check with your specific department to see what the color of that hood is. And there was the other one, Aaron, one more.
On dress code.
Yes, on dress code. So there is no dress code. You are able to, for example, you will have your cap and gown on and you're able to decorate your cap. We ask all graduates to just make sure that it's appropriate attire for a commencement ceremony and that we're respectful to all other guests in attendance.
And to note that it is cold in there. It is cold inside the arena. So I would say make sure to cover up. We went through the tickets. And just to kind of go back to it, Donald, how many tickets would be assigned to students?
So that information, we don't have that information yet, so I don't want to say it out publicly and be wrong. So please be patient with us. We're working to get that information out as soon as possible. There are a few things that we need to confirm, but as soon as we know and we're able to release that information, please note that an email will be sent out to all students. I also saw a quick question there. Is it assigned seating? The answer is no. It is all general seating, and so it is on a first come, first served basis. So please make sure that you plan ahead of time and you arrive on time to make sure that you get good seating.
Awesome. And for the office of the registrar, if I am a double major, will there only be one diploma that I would receive?
Yes, you would receive one diploma, but both majors would be indicated on the diploma together.
Awesome. And going back to your office, Carolyn, here's a question. I cannot view my graduation status in my academics. Any information you can share with them?
It should, I think sometimes there's an issue with students navigating exactly how to locate it. So if they got the email that the grad check was done and processed, they should be able, to view it, but they can always just go ahead and contact me at graduation info and I can look into it and make sure one was done. And but basically the grad check is their pause report too. So as long as they're following that, there should be no surprises, but definitely reach out to me and I'll make sure that there's one filed. I am seeing a lot of questions on, how do they know if the grad check is approved? How do they know if they've done it? They should be able, like the director Amy said, and our registrar, is that they won't have access to the one-shot tile if their grad check is not populated. And then also they can also view their grad check term on their pause report. At the very top of the pause report, very underneath it, it may be little, but it'll tell them what term their grad check is filed for. In addition to that, they should have gotten a message from our office that their grad check is been completed. And they also should have gotten tons of notifications that our office is so diligent at sending that a grad check was filed on their behalf, meaning Amy spoke earlier, our director and registrar mentioned it, that the UIGC, University Initiated Grad Check, was filed or an advisor filed for them. So there's tons of information. They should really know if one was filed or not by all of those different avenues.
Perfect. And regarding cords, I have a two-part question. So one, do we have to pay for the cords? And then two, are we notified if we qualify for university honors or do we need to apply?
So earlier in our presentation, if you were late joining us, the Office of the Registrar is in the process of sending out a couple of different notifications to students if they qualify for university honors. So you will get a push notification and both. You will also get an email notification, and it will also show your honors designation in the one-stop tile that the registrar Amy and Donald from special events and commencement went over. So if you qualify for honors, it should be populated on that one-stop tile. And I'm sorry, what was the second part? Aaron?
On if, how will they be notified?
Yeah, by the either email or push notification, and then they'll be passed out at grad days by the commencement and special events office.
Awesome. And to hit one more question, how long does the name change request take to get approved for the diploma?
It's automatic. Once they submit it, if they act, that's a preferred name that goes through a review process, but the diploma name, once you edit it, you save it, that's the diploma name. It's right there and then.
Thank you. Donald, to go back to you, how will the order be regarding seating for students? Will we be seated by college or by last name?
So seating is done by major. So upon arrival to the arena, you will go in through the loading dock and an email will be sent out with all those instructions. You will check in and you will receive your name card. That name card is what gets scanned and shows your name on the screen. And it also announces your name. On that, it's gonna have your college and your major. And you will see signs and all majors will line up together. So for example, if you're a criminal justice major, you will be lined up with all the criminal justice majors and so on with all the other majors. You're not required to walk with your major. So for example, let's say you have a friend that's in psychology and you want to walk with them, you're able to do that. There's no specific order. We do it by major, but if you have a preference, you also have that option to walk with a friend if needed.
If I may interject for just a moment, there was a question about, are you required to participate in commencement? And as Donald said, no, you are not. However, if you have a need to update your diploma name or diploma address, still use the graduation one-stop tile to get in and edit that your name and or address via that page. It's just very convenient and takes you right to where you need to go in your student center. So please utilize that, even if you're not going to participate in commencement.
Awesome. I have two questions here for grad days, so I'll go ahead and take care of this. If I attend school at the San Bernardino campus, can I attend the Palm Desert campus grad days? Yes. And another question was, is grad days required? It is not required. It is highly recommended. One, you can go get regalia. Two, it's the experience. So we want to push grad days as much as we can, but it is not required to attend. And if you are a PDC student, you can attend the San Bernardino campus, and likewise if you're a San Bernardino student. Both events at both campuses should have the regalia for each. The regalia is the same, but I know we have certain sashes that might say Palm Desert CSUSB. So those will be available at the San Bernardino campus as well. So I want to make sure that is clear. And the special recognition that I mentioned regarding purchasing a grad pack is for the spirit cords that you receive in the grad pack. During commencement, there will be a portion of it that says, if you are a student that has already given back to San Bernardino, and they'll mention the spirit cords, you are one of those lucky ones who have those around your neck. That's going to be the recognition that you will have during commencement. So let me make sure to cover that. Going back to you, Donald, PDC stated that there will be a separate ceremony. Is there any information that you have for that?
So we don't have any information yet. However, an email will be sent out to all PDC graduates once that information, the date and the details are confirmed.
Thank you. Let me continue to go down here. I can go ahead and take care of this one. Are we able to get a Latino stole for graduation? If so, how do we get one? I know that there's been individuals that go to a different vendor. You can reach out to some of the affinity centers on campus. They have a specific one. So ALFs will be in attendance for grad days. And I believe that they have their own personalized stoles for Latino graduation. So again, make sure to attend grad days. This is why we want to make sure to push as much as we can. But I guess I could pass that question over to you as well, Donald, for sashes, or maybe flowers. Maybe that's something to go into the balloons as well. Some of those requirements that your team and the arena allows and does not allow.
Yeah, definitely. So for the prohibited items, I did post a link on the chat. So it says Toyota Arena policies and prohibited items. Please make sure that you check those. I believe balloons are not allowed. And please note that these are rules from the arena themselves. In terms of sashes, you're able to have any sash that you want. We have students who decorate their own sash for the day, or they may wear others that they've bought either through a vendor or here on campus at the bookstore. We just ask that it's appropriate, but they're more than welcome to wear a sash of their choice.
And for regalia, Donald, there was a question that I have regalia for from my bachelor's degree.
Mhm.
A lot, they graduated previously, but they didn't use it. They wanted to know if they're able to use it for this commencement.
They are able to use it. Just know that bachelor's degree regalia and master's degree regalia is different. And so, but if this is something that they already have, they're more than welcome to use it as long as it's black cap and gown. They will still need to have their hood to make sure that they're hooded before they step up on stage. So I think there was a quick question here that I want to address. Do master students and bachelor students walk at a separate times? And that is, the answer is yes. Master students will typically walk up first and they're at the first of the line, followed by bachelor students after.
Awesome. And one quick question that I think is very important. If there are family members with disabilities, how should we handle that or go about that?
Yes. So for this, if you are a student here, you must contact the Office of Student with Disabilities, as the SDS office. If you are wanting to make accommodations for a guest, I did post the link also on our chat for the Toyota Arena's disabled services. So please make sure that you contact them in advance to make specific requests for family members.
Thank you. And going back to the Office of the Registrar, how does the honor distinction apply to transfer students?
So once you're here, a student is this transfer student or a native student who started here as a first-time freshman. It's still both the cumulative and the Cal State. With the transfer students, your coursework from your transfer institutions is part of the cumulative GPA. So it would be all work here plus all work here and your transfer work for your cumulative.
Awesome. And then going back to your team, so here we go. If we have access to graduation one stop on our My Coyote, then is there any need to file for a grad check?
So I would be surprised if you have access to the graduation one-stop tile and don't have a grad check. So in the bottom left-hand corner, once you go click on that tile, you should see, Donald, would you please bring up that page one more time? Sorry, gentlemen, and Carolyn for
Yeah,
doing
let
that.
me see if I can do that really quick.
I'm a visual person, so
No worries. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. Give me 1 second.
okay. In the bottom left-hand corner, degree information, expected graduation term, spring 2023. That is not commencement. That is the term that your grad check is on file for. So if you had a summer grad check, it would say summer 2023 or winter one earlier, winter 2023. So, okay.
And for those that are still with us too here, if you met honors, you also see that here, since we have this page up. And then if you want to RSVP for grad days, make sure that you follow this. I did see a comment that there is the one-stop shop, the graduation one-stop shop may not be available right now. Our IT department is aware that some students are having issues with it, and they're currently working on it to make sure that it gets fixed as soon as possible.
Great. And since we're on this page, I did see a message or a question that said that your university honors is incorrect in the upper right-hand corner. Please reach out to graduationinfo@csusb.edu and we'll look into that. I think I saw one also about, does it include everything that you ever did? As long as it's on your transcript and it's not forgiven or noted as renewed and no longer affecting your GPA, yes, it is calculated in your cumulative GPA for that transfer work or for all work completed at CSUSB that you completed here.
Awesome. And to go back to your guys' team, I saw a question regarding diplomas. One, are the diplomas going to be mailed or do we have to pick them up? And also, if you can share where they list the address that they would possibly need.
What do you mean, the address, that the diploma address, or what do you?
Yeah, so will diplomas be mailed or will they have to pick them up? I guess we
Mailed.
can answer that. Mailed.
We'll start
So
with
what?
that.
Yeah, we'll start with that. So then, since it'll be mailed, what address, can they go to view what address it's going to be sent to?
Once the graduation one stop is up and functioning, it will be in the lower left-hand corner on the right left-hand side, and it will say diploma address, and it will print it out. And then the diploma name is listed there also. If there is an issue with either of those items, click on the edit button and make your revisions right on the spot.
Thank you. And I see that there's a couple questions regarding different ceremonies in the affinity centers. Again, that's another benefit to attending grad days. All of the affinity centers that are holding a ceremony, from the Veteran Success Center to Lavender Grad to Black Grad, all of those organizations will be in attendance and sharing information regarding their ceremonies and if there's any custom souls regarding that specific ceremony. So again, that a huge benefit on why you should attend grad days. Sorry, bear with me. Let me go down the list. I can answer this one regarding the regalia grant for those that applied. We are still going over the applications. You should be receiving an email or a phone call, I would say in the next week to 2 weeks. It's going to be prior to grad days. So we will get in contact with those individuals prior to grad days. So don't worry if you haven't heard from anybody and you're about to walk into grad days. If you have heard from the Office of Alumni Relations prior to grad days that you got accepted for the regalia grant, you'll be taken care of and you were selected. Let me go down the list. Question regarding the price of regalia that will be shared with you soon. I would recommend following the bookstore on Instagram. That's the best way to communicate with them. You can go into the physical location, but I know they work with a lot of different students and customers. So Instagram is a huge way to get in contact with them, but okay, so you can always get in contact with them by just finding some general contact information. Don, this might be a great question for commencement. What is the age requirements for tickets that need to be assigned to individuals?
Yes, typically in alignment with the Toyota Arena policies, kids 2 and up require a ticket. So kids 2 and up will require a ticket, and we're confirming that information. So if anything changes, please note that that will be sent via email.
Thank you. And will there be a graduation rehearsal of any sort? And
No,
sorry, go ahead. I got another question right after that.
all right, perfect. Yeah, so there's not going to be any graduation rehearsals. The process is pretty simple. Once you check in, we do have staff that will guide you to where you need to go. As I mentioned, we do line up by majors, and so once you're there, we have faculty marshals that will guide you through the process of going to your seats.
Awesome. And you mentioned that doors would be opening an hour prior to the ceremony. When should students be arriving at the ceremony? Are they able to arrive an hour before, or what would you recommend students to get there?
Yeah, so students are able to arrive earlier than an hour. I do want everyone to keep in mind that after one ceremony is over, it does take some time for those guests to leave the arena. So be mindful that you're probably going to encounter a lot of traffic or road closures as they're trying to get everyone out from the previous ceremony. But I would recommend an hour and a half prior to starting time and just lining up. The arena won't open the doors early. It will always be an hour before ceremony start time.
Awesome. Thank you. A few additional items regarding grad packs and grad days. So are there any giveaways at grad days? Usually a lot of departments bring their own kind of swag items for so that's one thing. Another thing is by attending grad days, we will be raffling off a couple different prizes by completing the event passport. So it's a way to have you engage with all the different departments and services and our vendors. So that's one way to get a possible giveaway if you're selected as a winner. And it says, what discounts can you get if purchasing a grad pack? So yes, there are different discounts with Jocelyn's as well as the bookstore when you purchase a grad pack from the Office of Alumni Relations. We'll be able to share that once it gets closer to grad days. But yes, there will be additional discounts for purchasing a grad pack, discounts with Jocelyn's as well as the bookstore.
Aaron, I'm seeing a lot of questions about parking at the ceremony.
Yeah, Donna, I was gonna get to that. And cameras as well. So one thing is there any restrictions on what kind of camera can come into the arena, as well as is parking free for commencement?
Yes, so in terms of prohibited items, I do recommend all graduates to please look at the link for Toyota Arena list of prohibited items, because if anything changes, I want to make sure that should be updated on their website first. So please make sure that you check out this link. It's on our chat, because if they make any changes from now to the day of commencement, we want to make sure that you're aware of the most up-to-date information. And we will also send that information out, but I believe there are some guidelines on that link in terms of the cameras that are allowed at the venue. Parking information we're still determining. So students typically we do have a parking lot reserved for graduates only, and so they're able to park by either showing their student ID or their parking permit. Families do have to pay for parking. We don't know the rate yet, but that will be shared at a later date.
Thank you. And some questions regarding cords and different sashes, such as for those for veterans. I would recommend speaking to those different centers on campus specifically for sashes. And I guess it could be a good question segue into for the Office of the Registrar. Regarding cords, how would I go about if I'm a student and I receive notification that I'm getting honor cords from the university and from my specific department?
The university, we will send out notifications on university honors. As I mentioned, in 2 different formats. We'll be sending a push notification and an email notification for university honors. Departmental honors, the registrar can maybe address that. I think that is given to our records office for record keeping purposes, but that's not anything that it's different than university honors.
Right. Departmental honors is calculated based on your final term, through your final term of attendance at CSUSB. So there's no way we can do any recognition with that at commencement. And the department where you're receiving honors should contact you directly. The Office of the Registrar does record it on your transcript only. It does not go on your diploma. University honors is notated on your diploma, but departmental honors is on your transcript only. And
Thanks.
university honors, if it's on the diploma, it's on the transcript also.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And for the commencement office, what exactly is marching order?
So marching order is a graduate website that we use to record your name. So once you complete your registration on My Coyote, you will then be sent to marching order. What marching order does is it creates your name card, which has your name that shows up on the screen when you walk across the stage, and it also announces your name. So you want to make sure that you complete the marching order website form and that you hit submit. Many times we have students who fill out the form but don't hit submit at the end. Typically, once you are done with the form, you will receive an email, but that's what we use for the name that shows up on the screen and the name that is announced as you walk across the stage.
Awesome. And going back to commencement, Donald, will the commencement ceremony be recorded and posted online or just live?
Yes, so commencement ceremonies will be recorded and live stream, and they're available. So for example, all of our previous ceremonies, they're currently available on our website. So if you just go to our website, you should be able to see the ones from our previous terms. But once we're done with spring, those will be posted there as well.
Awesome. And regarding seating, is there any assigned seating for commencement for our families or not?
It is general seating for all guests.
Awesome. Thank you. Please bear with us, guys. We're trying to get through as many of these questions. Here we go. Here's a good one for the Office of the Registrar and the Commencement Office, perhaps. If you have a double major, which is going to be 2 master's degree for this specific student, can you attend both ceremonies?
I will defer to Donald.
Yeah, so as a student with a double major.
Yes.
Yeah, so when they originally registered through my Coyote, it will have them select only one major to register for. For those students, we ask that they contact our office at commencement at csusb.edu, and then we can look on our end and manually register that student for both ceremonies if they're interested in participating in 2 ceremonies, as long as they're not at the same time. So for example, if they're at the same time, it would just be one ceremony. But if they're different, if the majors are in different colleges and at different times, we can manually register them on our end.
Thank you. For the Office of the Registrar, do we have to pay for transcripts or do we have to pay for degree or both? Not sure about that last ending, but as far as transcript, what's the process on if they wanted to order a transcript?
Great. I put the link to transcripts in the chat. It's the link that has the word parchment in it. And yes, there is a fee for transcripts. There's the fee plus a handling. There's the transcript fee plus a handling fee. As far as for processing for graduation, no. The $75 that you paid, as I mentioned, covers commencement, your diploma, processing of your grad check, and the processing of graduation to the very end. So no, you're good. You don't have to do anything further.
Awesome. Carolyn, Donald, and Amy, I'm getting questions saying that they cannot see the chat. I just noticed. So
Oh, okay.
can you attach the links and just change it
Of
to
course.
everyone? I see that we've been sharing it with hosts and panelists.
I apologize. Sure, will do.
So I'm sure they'll get a lot of questions answered. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for notifying us that you're not able to see that. So they'll attach the link with the text so you know what link that specifically is. Simple question for Donald. Are we able to decorate our caps for commencement?
Yeah, so students are able to decorate their caps. Again, we just ask that it is appropriate and that we're respectful of everyone in attendance.
Thank you. And for the Office of the Registrar, how long after graduation will the diploma be mailed out?
Carolyn, if you want to take that one, please.
Sure. That's generally, so grades will come in after grades are due. It's about, I would say 4 weeks. Amy, do you think that sounds about?
Right.
Well,
So
by the time we post degrees and diplomas are sent out,
So grades come in and we process graduation about 2 weeks after finals. And then it takes about a week to process graduation total and about 10 business days after that. So
you're looking
probably
at maybe 3 to
6
4
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
Well, yeah, 3 to 4, 4 to 6.
Yeah.
You'll receive notifications regarding your diploma being sent, however. And Aaron, I can't change my chat to everyone. It's limited to the panelists.
Okay, let me go ahead. I'll share a few of the links that I have here.
Perfect. Thank
See
you.
if I can do
Thank
that. For
you.
Let me answer one question. How do we go about getting class rings? Is that at grad days as well? Yes. A huge benefit again to attending grad days. You'll be able to see all the regalia and all the commencement gear firsthand in front of your face. So it's a great way to come check your ring sizing, check the different molds and different designs that they may have for class rings. Let me see here. For the Office of the Registrar, how can we order another hard copy of our diploma if that's something that we would like?
We provided that link, I believe, also earlier. Amy did, our director and registrar provided it in the chat. So if you can find that, it should be there.
No, that was the e-diploma one. I don't believe I did the hard copy though, Carolyn.
It's the same, I believe.
It's the same?
It's the
Okay.
same link, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and paste this one. Cool. Regarding grad days, if it's cashless, or will cash be accepted? Cash will be accepted for grad packs and through the bookstore. And there was another question, I believe, if you purchased a grad pack and you're unable to attend grad days, in your confirmation, if you would we're assuming that you purchased it prior to grad day since you're not able to attend specifically those dates. In your confirmation email, there will be some instructions on how to pick up your grad pack at the Office of Alumni Relations. So we give you about some time after the last day at grad days to come pick it up here at the office. And we're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let's see here. For the Office of the Registrar, I'm moving right after graduation. How soon after will my diploma be mailed out? And when is the latest that I'm able to change my address if I were to move?
I would say try to do it 2 weeks post commencement.
Okay. Simple question here. Why do they take photos at grad days? It's just for your convenience on if you want to purchase headshots with your regalia. To my knowledge, those photos are not shared on the screen for commencement. And that can go back to the commencement office. Is there anything that students need to share or upload that goes on the big screen, or is it your guys specifically your own programming for the commencement office?
Yeah, so if the picture is shared at commencement.
Yeah, is there anything that students need to upload that gets shared on the comments that's on the big screen, or is it just your programming for your team and the ceremony?
Correct. Yeah, it's just for programming our team. There's no need to upload any personal messages or any pictures. Some of you may have noticed that we did do that in the past. That was during times of COVID because we had to do online commencements.
Thank you.
There was a question about where minors would be noted. Transcripts only. They are not noted on the diploma. They are not recognized at commencement.
Thank you. Another question. I guess we go back to this question one last time for Donald. For tickets, what is the requirement when you guys announce how many tickets that students will be getting? What is the age requirement on who needs a ticket?
Yes, so for tickets, we recommend for everyone to register. As long as you are registered for commencement before the deadline, which is Monday, April 24 by 5 p.m., you are guaranteed your tickets. The number is yet to be determined, and we're hoping to get that information out as soon as possible to all graduates. But usually graduates receive between 8 to 12 tickets, just depending on the numbers. Please don't quote me on that, as numbers may change, but that's typically what we've done for ceremonies in the past. And then for ticket requirement is kids age 2 and up will require a ticket.
Thank you. A question that we'll go ahead and share is for Donald. Can our guests bring horns or flowers?
So please look into the, I believe horns are not allowed. Flowers, I'm not sure if they are allowed into the building. Please know that policies do change. So definitely look at the link that Aaron just posted that says Toyota Arena policies and prohibited items. It has a full list of what's allowed and what's not allowed. And it also goes over the size purses allowed into the venue.
Thank you. And regarding regalia, I'll go ahead and answer this one. Can you pick up regalia on campus or at the arena? So you can purchase regalia through the bookstore at Grad Days or online, obviously through the bookstore, and at Grad Days, you'll be able to physically pick it up there. If you order it online, it would be sent through the mail. To my knowledge, there's no pickup at commencement. Donald, if you want to share.
Correct. I know they have done it in the past, but we do not recommend it. Please know that all graduates, as you're going in, your priority is to collect your name card and to line up with your major so you're ready to go by the time the student processional starts. So please make sure that you do that in advance. If you are, I know that sometimes we have students who are only online and don't come to campus. Please make sure that you order online through Johnston's before the deadline. But we do not recommend that you order it and try to pick it up the day at commencement. It is a large venue and many times students tend to get lost.
Donald, can I also ask, I've been looking at some of the questions, and another attendee wondered about the honor cord and if those could be mailed. Some of these students are fairly remote, don't come to campus very often. So I've seen a few questions on if some things can be mailed, and I don't know how your office handles that.
Yeah, so we do on a case-by-case basis. We will check the address on file. And so many times if they are, at a good distance, we will send them via mail.
Thank you. And to go back to the commencement office, thank you so much, Angelica, for being consistent with us. Is there a clear/distinct entrance where students should go for commencement? In the past graduations that they have attended at other universities, it was not clear. Where should students go when arriving at the arena for commencement?
Yeah, and that is a great question. An email will be sent out that's going to outline the map of the overall arena, and it's going to show exactly where students line up to enter the arena. Please note that all students will also go through a security clearance, so check the prohibited items before you arrive to the arena. And that information will be sent via email about 2 weeks before the commencement ceremony, and we try to send it out a few times to make sure that we catch as many students as possible. And then all guests will go through general entry through the 3 main entrances at Toyota Arena.
Thank you. Just a few more minutes. Let's get through these last couple of questions. Again, thank you so much for everyone who stuck with us through this webinar. This is being recorded. We'll be sharing it as soon as I get this uploaded. So let me go here. For the commencement office, the order of commencement, will the undergrad be announced before the graduate students? I noticed one year people were leaving when names were being called. So I guess what is the order of students that are there when their names are being announced?
Yes, so master students, and then we do have one doctorate program here on campus under the College of Education. Master students and doctorate students will go up first. So they're at the front of the line, so closer to the stage. They walk to the stage first, and then it is followed by all of our undergraduate students.
Thank you. Let me see. Thank you for being patient with us, guys. Will the names be? Yep, that one was just spoken about. Regarding honor cords, I have a question. Can you get honor cords and a grad pack in the mail, or do they have to be picked up? I live far away. I would recommend reaching out to either the university, or for grad packs, reaching out to the Office of Alumni Relations. That way we can see what best fits for you if you do live a good distance away. As far as honor cords for the university, Office of the Registrar, did you want to answer that?
Yeah, I can go ahead and take on this one. So if you want your cords mailed to you, please make sure to email commencement@csusb.edu and include your address and the reason why you're requesting for those to be mailed out to you. And we can look into that as an option.
Thank you. And for those asking about the Regalia grant, it is closed. The application with that was closed. The individuals who will be selected for the Regalia grant is still being looked over. They will be contacted prior to grad days. So if you're worried on if you want to attend grad days and buy your Regalia there, but you might be considered for the Regalia grant, we will contact you prior to that March 14th date for grad days. For Donald, for commencement, can we have bags with us during graduation? I'm going to assume these are students on the floor.
Yeah, so you may, there is I believe it's 12 by 12 on their website. However, we do not recommend it because there is no storage at the arena. So you will have to carry it with you. You'll have your diploma, you'll have other items. We do not recommend having a purse the day of, as there is no secure location for that to be stored during the ceremony.
If I may answer the one that are CG students also part of the commencement ceremonies for their respective degree? Yes, they are. Sorry, Donald.
Thank you, Amy.
I had a question about master hood colors. I didn't know there was different hood colors for master students. Is there?
Yeah, so certain programs do have a specific master's color, and they can check with the bookstore. The bookstore has a list of what hoods go with what program. And they may also, students can also check with their specific department. So one, for example, is MSW. If you're a master's in social work, you may contact your program coordinator to just confirm the color of the hood.
I didn't know that. Thank you, Donald.
As a vertically challenged individual myself, I feel for the individual who is asking about the long commencement gown. Donald, can you address that, please?
Yeah, so I believe I would recommend is reaching out to the bookstore. The bookstore does have, I know they have different options available. As we ask, we recommend that they attend grad days because usually that's where they'll have the largest stock available. After grad days, usually students start purchasing and stock becomes limited. So definitely attend grad days. And I think we haven't had an issue with that in the past, Aaron. I'll defer that to you.
Sorry, mention that one more time. I was looking over the questions.
Yeah, no worries. So I think that they usually have different size regalia available, especially for those with different heights and so on.
Yeah, so we leave that to the professionals with Jostens. They're able to, you again, another benefit on why you should attend the grad days. Come to grad days, speak with the professionals at Jostens. They're more than able to help you, and there is different sizings for that. So please make sure to come out, and so we can make sure you don't have to walk around with a dragging gown. Regarding different regalia and grad days, will the PDC bookstore have the same thing as the main campus bookstore regarding grad days? Yes, even at grad days or non from grad days, the bookstore at PDC should have everything from sashes to the different regalia options at the PDC bookstore, as they do here at the San Bernardino bookstore. If there's any questions regarding that, I would recommend reaching out to the bookstore to clarify if there's any questions that pop up. If you went to the physical location at PDC, please make sure to get in contact with them. For the Office of the Registrar, if we have two last names with both last names mentioned, will both last names be mentioned during the ceremony and on our diploma?
As long as you indicate both last names for your diploma name, they will be printed on your diploma. Donald, I'll defer to you for the reading.
Yes, so make sure that you update your diploma name to include those names, and those will usually appear on marching order as well.
For the ceremony, Donald, will there be professional pictures being taken while the students are on stage? And I'm assuming when they get their diploma cover on stage?
Yep, that is a great question. And the answer is yes. Grad images will also be at commencement. They will be taking pictures of students before they go on stage and as they cross the stage. When you receive your name card, in the back, it's going to have information for you to fill out. It's going to have you fill out your name and your contact information. Make sure that you fill out that information because that is what Grad Images is going to use to send you a link so you can see your pictures. And from there, you will have different options to purchase different packages. If for some reason you forget to not fill out that form, you can just go to the Grad Images website, look up CSUSB, or you can call their customer service number and there you should be able to help and find your pictures.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, last three questions. I'll help with this first one. These first two, actually. Where can I buy a grad pack without the plush Cody? So on the form, when you go to the grad pack form online, you have an option of selecting either a grad pack and or a plush Cody. So you don't have to purchase both of them both at the same time. You can purchase just a grad pack by itself. We will also have these items available at grad days. So I want to make sure that is pretty clear. And at grad days, we will be accepting card or cash for grad packs. There's no Apple Pay for grad packs. The bookstore, I want to say they do accept Apple Pay, but that's something you would have to connect with the bookstore. And then, let me see here. I just sent that. Cool. Can you bring your impression? For commencement, these are the last two questions. So can you bring your own professional photographer, and will they have floor access to the ceremony?
So the answer is no. So please check the link. There are limitations on what cameras are allowed into the venue, but no one other than the graduates will have access to the floor to take pictures. Please note that Toyota Arena does have pretty strict security standards. So just please make sure that you're following guidelines at all times. So yeah.
Awesome. And the last question, thank you guys so much for being patient with us. Thank you to the presenters and our partners here. This for the commencement office, and then we'll have a few remarks afterwards. So Donald, when tickets, two-part question. So we'll go back to the tickets question. How many tickets and when we'll be notified on how many tickets each student will get? And the second part to that question is when tickets become available, if there's any students that drop out of the ceremony, will there be other tickets available once they drop out?
Yes, and so for tickets, as I mentioned earlier, for those that recently joined, we don't have any information as to how many tickets each ceremony will get. Just using historical numbers, in the past, we've always tried to do a minimum of 8 to 12, between 8 to 12 tickets, and that's all depending of the size of each specific ceremony. Ticket numbers will not be the same for all ceremonies as they're different in size. As soon as that information becomes available, an email will be sent out to all students. That's why we really want to make sure that students are checking their student email. If any additional tickets become available, they are evenly distributed to all graduates. So for example, if we're able to give 2 extra tickets to all graduates, in addition to what was already given to you, it will be given to all students. We do not sell tickets, and we do not do tickets on a first come, first served basis. Now, in the past, we do have students that don't use all their tickets. So for example, you may have a student that has a small family or only a few guests that are coming, and they may have extra tickets. As a student, you are able to get tickets from other students. However, you want to make sure that they're for the exact same ceremony that you're participating in, because they have specific codes. So tickets are specific to each ceremony, and you want to make sure that if you are purchasing them, that they're actually valid, as our office does not control any transfers of tickets between students.
I see a lot of that on the social media sites about, and I'm sure Donald can understand, a lot of students do the swapping out. Do you have any extra tickets to sell? Do you have any extra tickets I can buy? And I don't think students realize that those tickets are itemized, coded per ceremony. So anybody out there wanting to buy and sell, possibly just be careful, because they are specific to each ceremony, and the tickets you buy or sell may not work.
Yes, and to add to that, each ticket will be scanned. And so if for some reason it had already been used prior to you getting to the arena, you will not be able to enter the arena.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. I really do. A lot of that is online.
And there shouldn't be any buying of tickets, period, correct, Donald?
So it's something out of our control, really. If students want, if they sell in between each other, it's out of our hands, but we're just not controlling it and have no control over tickets at that point.
And not endorsing it either.
No.
Correct. Yes.
Absolutely not.
We're not.
I see a lot of it, but I absolutely jump in when I can.
Awesome. Well, that is our final question. I know there's going to be plenty more questions moving forward, but obviously that's going to be a benefit on why individuals should be attending Grad Days. Again, our partners here, the Office of the Registrar and the Commencement Office, will be at Grad Days. I listed the dates here. Just to clarify, for March 14th to the 15th, it is going to go from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And March 16th is going to go from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So please, please, please make sure to attend Grad Days to get your questions answered, to purchase your regalia, to see it firsthand in front of your face, and most of all, just to have this experience on this amazing time for you as you finish up the next couple of months for your degree. So thank you so much to Carolyn, Amy, Donald for joining us today. I know it's been a long webinar. We want to make sure to answer all these questions, but I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy days, for staying longer than expected. Each time there's always more questions. So again, thank you guys so much. And for those students, hopefully we'll see you at grad days, and we will definitely can't wait to see you cross that stage at commencement.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.